the Neiman Marcus Christmas catalog has been released. So again, we are 1 week away from Halloween. I've already started to see Christmas stuff in stores, believe it or not, before Halloween is even done. And I can almost promise you, as soon as the clock strikes midnight on October 31st, all of that stuff will be moved, all of the pumpkins, to the clearance bins. And the way will be cleared for every piece of Christmas paraphernalia that you can think of. Neiman Marcus here is obviously getting a jump on things. We're going to do a bit of a lightning round here, and we'll see how quick we can go. I'm going to give you a buy or don't buy on this outrageous fantasy gifts for 2025. This is Forbes helped compile this. And I'll give you a quick background. It says it all began in the early 20s. That's 1920s, when Neiman Marcus started sending small holiday catalogs to their clients. But it wasn't until 1959 that the Christmas book started to make headlines. That year, Stanley Marcus and his brother Edward wanted to create a publicity stunt to increase business. So that's what it is. This is a publicity stunt. I believe you can actually buy these things. They're going to be very expensive. I'll let you know that up front. Just for example, the first thing for sale was 2 matching Beechcraft airplanes for $176,000. That might be a buy. I didn't start the lightning round yet, but that might be a buy. Some of the other highlights of the past, His and Hers camels, live camels, 1967. Robots, 1986. There's no pictures for these, but we will get to pictures. Hot air balloons in 1968, and even a 2,000-year-old Egyptian mummy case, which was purchased by a California museum. Some gifts were outrageous and never sold. A 1970 replica of Noah's Ark, complete with animals, $588,000, and a $20 million personal submarine in 2000. So you can see where this is all headed. One more. A 6.7 Bell helicopter did sell in 2001. Okay, so we're going to get to the pictures. And we're going to try and do lightning round. We're going to give a buy and don't buy rating on these, and we'll see how it goes. So the first one, I'm going to hold this up. It is a Christian Louboutin custom saddle for $47,000. I can't hold it up if I flip it over. For $47,000. And if you understand already, I'm running a bit of a Clint Eastwood operation here. For those of you that know, Clint Eastwood was notorious for producing his films under budget and done often with first takes. He did not waste time doing multiple takes. So again, I'll let you get one more look at it. That is the saddle for $47,000. Let me see if I can give you some background on that before we go to the next. It's already a don't buy for me. It is one-of-a-kind Western saddle, created in Paris, handcrafted, 100 hours of meticulous work, 17,000 crystals, along with 155 polished spikes borrowed from the popular heels and handbags. So look, if you're an equestrian, if this is your world, this may be a buy for you. I am not, so that is a don't buy for me. The next one, Crayola masterpiece personalized for your pet. Take a look at that. These are Crayola crayons used to make sculptures, custom sculptures of your dog or pet. I guess it says pet. All the examples look to be dogs, but it says for your pet, $64,000. So I have to say, I like this. I don't have a pet, but people who have pets tend to really love their pets. And people with a lot of money and pets like to spend on their pets. Even people without any money like to spend on their pets. I think this is a good business. I wish this is a business that I would like to be in. Although it sounds extremely painful to cut all of these Crayola crayons and glue them into the shapes of dogs. If I had $20 million, and a family member that loved their pet dearly, I would pay the $64,000 so that they could have this and they could put it on display in their home for eternity. So that's that. If I had the money, if I was willing, yeah, that's a buy for me. Okay, the next one It is a Keton bespoke trunk. I believe Keton makes suits. And a trip to Naples for a custom wardrobe. $180,000. This is a don't buy. This is a don't buy for me. It looks like a nice trunk. And the clothes look nice and everything. But I can't do it. $180,000. I would just say take the trip to Naples. I'm sure it's a very nice trunk. If clothes are your thing, then that's for you. Then that would be a buy for you, not for me. This one, a Christoffel Paris getaway. Okay, so a trip to Paris and an exclusive mood flatware egg, $185,000. $185,000 for silverware in an egg. This will also be a don't buy for me. You get to go to the crafter's place. They've been doing things like this since 1830. No doubt, I'm sure the craftsmen are very skilled. I'm sure this is very beautiful. But it is not up my alley, at least for now. Maybe my opinion will change in the future. But that is a don't buy. Next one, luxury expedition from Yellowstone to Amangiri. $490,000. This is a trip from Yellowstone to Amangiri. For those of you that don't know, Amangiri is a resort, I believe, in Utah. Oddly enough, I have heard of this. I used to think I knew what an expensive hotel cost. Several $1,000s a night or something like that. Until I looked up the Amangiri Hotel. The lowest possible price I could find was $6,000 a night. $7,000 to $9,000 was more typical. They even have a home that you can rent for $25,000 a night. Again, this is in Utah. It's a desert scene, as I showed. I'd like to go there. If I had $20 million, I would put this on the list too. It looks very nice. It's one of those things that when you see the price tag, you say, but how? How could it be worth that? It's almost, the price tag is almost part of the marketing, because then it's piqued my curiosity. What on earth goes on at Amangiri that I could pay $490,000 to first go to Jackson Hole and then down to Amangiri in Utah? I'm curious. If I had the money, I'd be Amangiri bound just to see what it's about. Annie Leibovitz portrait session, $500,000. There's not a picture on this. Well, actually, it was just a picture of her. That's right. $500,000, rare opportunity to become part of cultural history. This true fantasy gift offers a private 4-hour portrait session in Leibovitz's New York studio. You are welcome to include your family in this experience for the ultimate Christmas card. Greeted with champagne, followed by creative consultation with Leibovitz herself. A professional styling team will prepare you as the photographer sets the stage. This is already a don't buy for me. If you're a fan of her work, no doubt, I'm sure she's very talented, then maybe this is for you, not for me. You also get 100 autographed copies of her new book, 4 signed volumes of her collected works, 2 signed exhibition prints, and you'll meet with her editor and explore the making of Women, which is her acclaimed portrait series. So that's a don't buy for me. $500,000 for a photo shoot. I don't know. The next one, Four Seasons inaugural yacht voyage, $115,000. There is the yacht. I'm going to say that's a buy for me. Oddly enough, I was talking with a friend about the I believe it's St. Regis cruise line. First of all, some background. I've not been on a cruise. I'm pretty sure I've not been on a cruise. Regardless, I don't think I would go on a cruise. I do not drink. I don't gamble. And I eat fairly healthy. And from what I understand, cruises have unlimited alcohol, unlimited food, which is mostly not healthy for you, and a giant casino. I believe these are the anchors. Aside from the actual anchors, these are the anchored events and venues on a cruise ship. And then in the meantime, your children can swim in the pool, and I'm sure they have shows and whatnot. I'm talking about cruises in general. It's never really appealed to me. Perhaps if it was going somewhere that was that had a very beautiful landscape, Alaska, I might sign up for a cruise. The Norwegian fjords, I might sign up for a cruise, especially if it was on the Four Seasons inaugural yacht voyage. I think this is a good business to get into. I think this is smart of Four Seasons. St. Regis, I'm pretty sure it's St. Regis, has been doing this. I've been to a Four Seasons hotel before. It was very nice. I think they know how to do luxury. They look after the details. And I'd go back if I was willing to spend the money, which I'm probably not willing to spend the money right now. But I think this is a good business to be in. And I'll take a moment here before we get back to the lightning round. There's one more item. I'll take a moment. Yachts, super yachts, boats in general, which I heard is actually an acronym for bust out another 1,000. And you can tell where I'm going with this. These are very expensive to own and operate and staff. They're insanely expensive. The super yacht owners of the giant yachts are billionaires. If you want a moderately sized yacht with probably a couple staterooms, I'm making this up. I would feel, I'll just say it from my perspective. I would probably feel comfortable if I had at least $100 million. That is when I would feel comfortable to spending $5-10 million on a yacht. I would probably need to see at least $100 million in my bank account to do that. Because I know the amount of time that I will spend on that versus the amount of money I paid will be an obscene per night rate. That would be an obscene nightly rate. And so what can you do? If you're not going to buy your own yacht, you can charter one, which is also incredibly expensive. So what do people do? They get their friends together. They try and spread the cost around. It is very expensive. And so why not, if you have a couple $1 million and you want a once in a lifetime high-end trip, or if you have $10-20 million and you want to do this regularly, why not? Why not go on one of these luxury cruises? There's only 95 suites. So this isn't going to be 4,000 of your closest friends on a mega cruise. There's only 95 suites. And a third of those people, your schedules will probably never align with. You probably won't see them. So it's probably going to feel pretty spacious, I would think, in terms of other people. The rooms may be cramped regardless, because this is a giant boat in which we're trying to put people on. But I think this is a good business. I think it's smart of Four Seasons. I'd like to see how this goes. This would be a buy for me. As long as it's to a beautiful destination. I don't want to sit out in the Atlantic or Pacific for 4 days with water just around, not being able to look at anything. All right, and the final one is a baby Bugatti. I do not have a picture for this. Bugatti, obviously a supercar. They're making a baby one for $135,000. It is a copy of a 1924 Grand Prix car. This one will be electric, and it is at 75% scale. Luscious white leather upholstery, a limestone effect dashboard inspired by the marble floors of Neiman Marcus's Dallas flagship. Each car includes a custom commemorative plaque and custom color detailing. Don't buy. I wouldn't do that. I would not buy the $135,000 electric small Bugatti. I'm sure it looks very cool. I'd like to look at it. I'd like to see a full picture of it. But I would not buy it. That ends the lightning round. Go ahead, put in the comment section what you want from the Neiman Marcus Christmas catalog. It is not even Halloween. Neiman Marcus has got to jump on it. Put in the comments what would be a buy for you, whether it's on their list or from our first article, if you would just buy a house. Have a good night.